Welcome, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be Hairy Muppet. We are going to be casting game number 4 of the quarterfinal series. Down the bottom left side, it is going to be our blue Zerg player, TLO. And down the bottom right side, it is going to be our red Zerg player, viOLet. I forgot to mention, it's the 4th quarterfinal of the HomeStory Cup number 7. So we've seen a whole bunch of quarterfinals so far. Hyun versus MC, Snoot versus Stefano, and Taja versus Seed. And this is going to be the 4th and last quarterfinal. And this is game number 4 of this quarterfinal. And wow, it's been absolutely awesome games. ZVZ, man, always very close games. And yeah, for game number 1 and game number 3, man, Roaches pretty much just ruled everything. And TLO just knows how to use roaches all over the place. But game number 2, man, viOLet getting out the muters, getting out a massive amount of muters and really doing a lot of damage, and he won that game. So yeah, it's all going to come down to game number 4, unless of course viOLet wins, and then it will come down to game number 5. So what are we seeing here? These players know exactly where they are. They're going to cross over. I think viOLet was a little bit faster there, but you know, what the hell, does it really matter? And going on, we're going to see exactly what happens. TLO, man, he loves getting the very early spawning pool. He's actually, this is about a 14 pool, but yeah, we've seen him do a bit earlier, like 12, 11 pools before. And yeah, he sends out a bunch of lings, and they reach the base by the time viOLet is about halfway done on his spawning pool, and he's managed to deny viOLet's expansion twice by doing that. But it looks like TLO is going for a bit more standard play this game. It looks like he's going for pretty much exactly the same thing as viOLet is going. Hatchery's a little bit later, but I think the spawning pool is a little bit faster. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be set into a very nice mid-game, early mid sort of game. You can't definitely say it's going to get a mid-game because, I mean, roaches can just wreck everybody's world in a ZVZ game, and it's actually, for most of the ZVZ games I've seen, it's quite rare that you actually get into the late game. Usually it doesn't happen. It's all roaches or roach hydra and stuff, and things end up just getting completely wiped out in the mid-game. Because, yeah, I mean, why not? And Overlord's going to go in, going to see some stuff. This Overlord being a little bit braver. Going to go in, even though he knows the queen is coming out. This Overlord not so brave. He's going to see the base and he's like, oh, there might be a queen somewhere. I'm getting the hell out of here. So there we go. And the hatchery is about to pop up for both players. And wow, I mean, this has been a great tournament so far. It really has been. Some really top-notch players going in against each other and doing all sorts of damage. And yes, I cannot wait to see the semi-finals and the grand final. But yeah, I mean, no Protoss made it through to the semi-finals, which I'm a bit sad about, because I love Protoss players, man. I love, you know, just Protoss play. And we do have one Terran going through, and 2 Zerg, and this one will be another Zerg, so it'll be 3 Zerg and a Terran in the semi-finals, but no Protoss. So we did have 2 Protoss players, MC and Seed, make it through to the quarterfinals, but none of them survived, so not good at all. And yeah, it's going to be all T and Z in the semi-final and grand final, but always going to be awesome games. But yes, I am starting to think, you know, maybe I would have preferred a better mix. But what can you do when there are so many awesome Zerg players out there all over the place doing all sorts of awesome stuff? So there we go. Yeah, not much going on. We've got a Baneling Nest coming down for viOLet. I got to remember viOLet's the red player now. He used to be the blue player for the past 3 games. He is the red player now. He's also got speed going on, so that's going to be some fairly standard sort of early harass. And yeah, TLO, meanwhile, he is not getting a Baneling Nest. He may be moving straight into roaches, or he may just be delayed on his Baneling Nest. And meanwhile, a bunch of lings coming out. TLO doesn't really have too much to deal with him. He does have 2 queens, but he's going for roaches pretty much. So this initial ling harass, they do have speed now, so that's going to be quite scary. And they might be able to do some damage, although this spine crawler is going to be able to do a bit of stuff. And yes, the ling's choosing to run away. They might have moved into the main base where there's no spine crawler and done a bit more attack, but looks like they may be waiting for reinforcements here. And yes, that is going to be very awesome. But TLO, with the roach warren coming out, he should have enough roaches to deal with all these lings. in the next minute or so, and that queen is very, very pissed off that her spine crawler has her bloody creep thingy bob has been taken out, the creep tumor. But these queens are actually in a lot of trouble. They're out of position, away from the spine crawler, and the Ling's doing a very good job of making sure the queens do not get anywhere near that spine crawler. And my god, losing 2 queens this early in the game for TLO, man, is not going to make him a happy camper. He does have the roaches coming out, but the 2 queens going down is going to be absolutely awful. He's moving the queen away, trying to loop around him. But the roaches should be out any second. These Lings are all going to get taken out, and yeah, very, very nice work there from viOLet, and I would not be surprised to see him get a 3rd expansion fairly soon off that bit of offensive, man, because he's definitely done some good work. But he's maybe he saw the roaches and he's like, well, maybe I should get some defensive stuff instead. He's got to be a little bit worried about roaches, but he is building his own roaches now. So there we go. Is this guy about to build? No, not quite. I think he was about to, but he didn't. These 2 Lings still alive. I do not know if TLO knows about them, but I'm sure he does. I'm sure he knows about them. Yeah, you can see one of them on his map. And meanwhile, he's sending out the Lings to take out the roaches. But these Lings, man, actually no, sorry, these are viOLet's Lings, and they're taking out TLO's roaches. But the roaches, you thought to do something a bit heavier in there, but the constant Ling harass, along with the reinforcing roaches here, should be enough. But he's got his own reinforcing roaches, and it might be enough. But with viOLet building 7 more roaches, that's going to be quite scary. And where is the 3rd base? These guys really need to get a 3rd base down at this point, because yeah, I understand they love going for roaches and they're worried about the other player going for roaches, but 3rd base, man, you need to get it down, you need to do it. And there we go, TLO's got his down. I believe he got his down about 300 milliseconds before viOLet did, so that means he is in the lead. We actually did this. You know, he's cancelled it. He made it cancel, man. All right, sorry, I gotta run back and bloody see that, man, because I missed that and I did not mean to miss that. So yeah, we're going to see exactly how this damn thing got cancelled, because that is going to be completely awesome. The roaches moving around doing some stuff. They're going to push in there, and viOLet a bit out of position, man. TLO just going in for the snipe, man, and he did a beautiful, beautiful job there. I am very sorry I missed that. I just had to go back and watch it. And viOLet does have a very nice army here. He does have 20 roaches versus TLO 17. But that snipe, man, the snipe of the hatchery, absolutely golden right there. And he's really pissed off, man. That's why he's just continuing to push in here. Maybe hoping to snipe this, but this is the point where TLO pushes back. And this is going to be army versus army. And I think with the reinforcements that TLO may be okay. We do not have any upgrades. Actually, we've got one weapons for each of these guys. viOLet starting to get a very nice flank here, but TLO continuing to shoot out with the reinforcements. I think he might be okay. He's definitely going to buy himself enough time for this hatchery to get fully built. And yeah, that should be fine. And continuing to push out now, he's building a crap ton of roaches, but then again, so is viOLet. He's actually got 2 weapons nearly finished, and yeah, the workers, man, the workers starting to pump out for TLO as well. These 2 Lings, man, they're still there. They're obviously just going to be for scouting purposes. At some point, a couple of minutes in the future, maybe to see a spire going down or something. But he's gonna try and get the snipe again, but it's not going to happen this time. viOLet is in a good position to deny it, and with the spine crawler pushing him back, TLO's a bit of a tough position, but he's going to stick it in there. He's going to try and make it work. And I think these armies are pretty much even. 2 weapons not quite down for TLO, but you can see 12 roaches coming out. He wants to end this. As soon as 2 weapons come out, he is going to push in there and he is going to try and wipe viOLet out. And I mean, why not? With 2 weapons down and a crap load of roaches, why not make it work? But he's running away a little bit now. He does not like it, but with 2 weapons just about to come out and all these reinforcements, man, he is going to just try and wipe viOLet off the face of the earth. viOLet madly trying to get his roaches up, his roach numbers, but TLO currently has 30 versus 22, and this is going to be enough. I think we've seen him win with an advantage like this in previous games, game 1 and 3, I believe, and he's going to try and do it again. He definitely wants to snipe this hatchery, but he will take the roaches as well. He's got the weapon advantage, and here he goes. He's pushing in. He's got more roaches. He's got an upgrade advantage. The only thing he has to worry about is these spine crawlers, because they will wreck his world if he fights the entire battle within range of them, and that is exactly what viOLet wants to do. He wants to fight within range of the spine crawlers, But I think TLO still has a bit of the advantage here. Although it's dwindling, going in close to the queen, it is dwindling. But the reinforcements for both of these players absolutely massive. And they've basically got no choice. You just have to build roaches. If you don't build a crap load of roaches, you will die. And even if you do build a crap load of roaches, you'll probably still die if you're 1 or 2 roaches down. And it looks like finally cornering TLO in the corner there, with the queen helping out. viOLet managing a win there in that battle, and 2 weapons is going to come up for him before TLO can go in there and make it work. A couple of roaches coming back, wiping out those 2 lings when they came out. And yeah, that attack, man, I thought it was going to work, but it didn't. I mean, viOLet had a defensive advantage, and he made it work. And yeah, TLO not getting that. He's going to have another crack, but after the last battle, man, I do not think that he is going to win this time. He'd have to go for some sort of crazy strategy. But yes, there we go. 1 roach getting completely roasted. Maybe he's going to push in here. Yeah, because then he doesn't have to worry about the spines. But he's moving one of the spines over really, really fast. And TLO going to try, but he sees the other roaches and he says, oh, they got 2 weapons. I do not like this anymore. He does not have the upgrade advantage, or he does have 1 armor on the way, but that's going to be quite a while away. He's still beating a crap load of roaches. If we have a look at the income tab, he's still 1 worker ahead, so TLO balancing an awesome amount of macro off an awesome amount of army. But viOLet still getting quite a lot of forces. viOLet is matching him roach for roach at the moment. There's 21 versus 31. TLO is continuing to push out these awesome roach numbers. And he's continuing to get the upgrades, but it does look like viOLet is going for an infestation pit once again. And that is why he hasn't got as many roaches as TLO, why he hasn't got as huge amounts as TLO. But we'll see if he can put the infestation pit to use. He's tried to do it before, but he hasn't had the time, and now he does have the time. TLO pushing in really heavily. Not sure if this is a mistake. He gets 1 spine crawler down, but the other spine crawler is going to chase away the remainder of his roaches. And it's the reinforcements, man. It takes so long for them to get over here. But 1 armor is just about to come up, and that will give TLO the advantage once again. He's going to be running away, waiting for the reinforcements, waiting for his army size to get just a little bit bigger. But he is so close, man. So close between these 2 guys. Let's have a look at the income again. TLO, man, I don't know if he's been taking out drones. I don't think so. I think he's just been building a crap loads of drones back in his base, man. He's doing such a good job. But viOLet getting out the infestors. He's not going for swarm hosts. He's given up on them. He's going for infestors. And I mean, this battle is so damn close that why not? A couple of fungals on the roaches, man, is going to do all sorts of awesome damage to them. And that just may be what he needs. But meanwhile, TLO going for his 4th base. And yeah, that's going to be completely awesome as well, because TLO, man, managing to get an awesome amount of units and at the same time keep pushing out his expansion. viOLet not getting his 4th base. He's still a little bit scared of this roach incursion. I think after the infestors see off away with some nice fungals, he might think about getting the 4th. There we go. Beautiful split by TLO, avoiding that fungal growth. And there's going to be another one coming up fairly soon. There we go. The fungal goes down. But the roaches just continue to hit the stuff. And TLO, man, is 36 versus 16 roaches. And yeah, viOLet going for the infestors instead of going for a massive amount of roaches. He's getting some nice fungals off, but in the end, man, I think sacrificing the massive amount of roaches he could have had to go for the infestors may just not pay off, because TLO has incredibly large amounts of roaches. He's got the upgrade advantage with 1 armor, and yeah, I think it's just going to work here. The fungals are getting off, and they're slowly doing some work. They're starting to even it out a lot more, but I do not know if it's going to be enough to send TLO packing. He's 30 versus 14. A lot of them had not here yet, but enough of them are, and if this expansion goes down, man, that is going to be all sorts of bad news for viOLet, and I do think that TLO is definitely going to kill this expansion. So there it goes down, and he is happy that he has done the damage he needs to do, and viOLet is going to give the GG there. And yeah, great work by TLO, man, just showing that advanced tech does not always win you the game, because you just got to have the numbers, man. And look at this, he's actually starting to go for hydras as well. He's getting out the hydraless den, so that would have pretty much just ended viOLet's world, man. Although with the infestors, yeah, I don't know, man. Going for fungals on roaches, bit of a risky move. They do almost no damage to the roaches. You need probably like 3 fungals to kill them off. So yeah, I don't know, but I mean, he really needed something to get the advantage, because TLO just had a little bit of edge every single time. He tried to go for something crazy, it didn't work. Me personally, I would have gone for like 6 or 7 spine crawlers and just laid them all down, because why the hell not? And that may have been enough to keep him off. But yeah, TLO, man, just tenacious. If he saw 6 or 7, he just would have pulled back and expanded twice, because that's the sort of crazy shit that TLO does. But anyway, he has pushed forward, beating viOLet 3-1 in this best of 5 series, and he is going to go on to the semi-finals, facing off against Tasia, and that is going to be a very, very awesome game. We're going to see exactly how well TLO does against the Terran player of Tasia's level of awesomeness. And yes, but first of all, the first semi-final we're going to go to is going to be Huon versus Snoot, and it's going to be another awesome ZVZ game. We have got more than enough ZVZ to go around in this tournament, and yeah, I hope it's going to be as awesome and as close as this series of games has been. So thank you very much for watching these quarterfinals. I will catch you guys in the semi-finals of the HomeStory Cup number 7. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Hairy Muppet, and please subscribe. I mean, why not?